right, Elena.
I am so excited to introduce a wonderful person. Not only is she a registered nurse for the past, correct me if I'm wrong, 30 plus years now?
34 years. Yep.
34 years. And not only that, she's an OB-GYN nurse and spent a lot of time with laboring mothers in the hospital, but better yet now, she's also a doula, hypnobirthing instructor, and been using essential oils for several decades now. So I am very excited to hear from her, as she is extremely knowledgeable about how to use essential oils with babies and infants, as well as I know there's a series, so there's going to be several other topics related to pregnant mothers and how to take care of themselves before, after, and during, and including their infants. So I know my introduction wasn't even half of all the amazing things that you do, but that's at least a start. If you don't know Debbie Gordon, I'm excited for you to get to know her.
Thank you, Elena. I appreciate that. And Elena and I worked together with her second baby. I was her doula with their second baby. And boy, Ellen, I can't believe it's been a few years, right? A number of years.
It has.
Right. How old is your second one, Elena?
Axel, he's right here. He's 7 years old. Yeah, and Debbie introduced me to essential oils, and it was a more calming influence during that whole process. And now we're full on using the oils in every possible way with every age group. I use the oils even during birth, after birth, during labor, and here's my little 2-year-old now, who was just born only with the support of oils.
Very good. And we can't see your little 2-year-old. We can only hear him. Elena, thank you so much. I really appreciate your introduction. And you know what? I love what I do with essential oils. I will be honest with you. And so it was a natural adjunct to my career as a nurse, my career as a doula, and a hypnobirthing. You know, when you're pregnant, there's not very many things that you can safely take. And I remember my husband's a pharmacist, and I remember many times, at least 3 times, they've taken Tylenol and Motrin off the store shelves because of their concern for its side effects and concerns for long-term health ramifications. And the consumers screamed loud and hard because that's what we knew, and we knew that, or we suspected anyway, that Tylenol was the only safe medication during pregnancy. And when they took that off the store shelves, that was really challenging to say, oh gosh, what have we been using for the last several decades? And so when you're pregnant, you really got to be mindful of what's going in and on your body. And so I really love doTERRA's mission to, first of all, use natural essential oils and make sure that we have the most pure and potent oils on the market. And they have been true to their word. Honestly, I have no qualms introducing doTERRA as the most pure and potent product on the market. And so as far as essential oils and nutritionals and spa products, it's been a remarkable thing. Okay, so I'm going to actually, hang on just a second. I'm going to bring up my PowerPoint here. And so let me share my screen. All right, we're going to share this here and talk about pregnancy. Now I'm going to go in here for just a minute. I'm going to take a little bit of whatever my word is, and introduce you to the promos that doTERRA is offering this month, because they're really fabulous. And so I want to start there. But tonight we're going to talk about ensuring that you're getting adequate nutrition. And I'm going to put that overall for anybody, honestly. But our focus for the month of May is on pregnancy health and essential oils in pregnancy, childbirth in the newborn and neonate and the infant, the first year of life, and then in the postpartum period. And I just felt that we needed to spend a little more time on nutrition. And so I've taught nutrition to pregnant women for a long time in my career. This is a really key element. And I don't think it's ever too late to learn more about nutrition. I think every day, and Ellen is a dietitian and nutritionist, and every day we can do better. every day we get an opportunity to make choices of what we put in our bodies and on our bodies, and it certainly is important during pregnancy. And so, okay, so let me just share with you, first of all, for this month is the month of May now, May 1st, right? And so we have some wonderful promos that doTERRA is offering for those who order a loyalty rewards order on or before the 15th of the month, and it is 125 PV or product value. Then you will receive a free 15 milliliter bottle of Cypress. Cypress is one of my absolute favorites. I use it often. I actually use it every morning and night with frankincense around my eyes. I tend to wake up with a little bit of puffiness here, and I love to use frankincense and cypress under my eyes very carefully. You don't want it in your eyes, so I just put it right here on my bags and around my wrinkles, and it softens that. And then I use doTERRA Skin Line, which is remarkable. But cypress is really great for opening the circulation, helping us move with the flow of life, and it's really great for those legs, ladies, during pregnancy when you're having a lot of added weight on the veins of the legs and the circulation is not great and those veins are starting to poke out a bit. Cypress is a really great oil of choice. So that's free this month with a loyalty rewards order of 125 PV or more before the 15th of the month. With any discomfort in the joints and whatnot, my favorite combination is cypress, basil, and marjoram, and a little bit of frankincense. And so that's a great oil to have on hand. It's also fabulous for when you're doing potty training, to help with some bedwetting issues, and also for bladder support. So it's a great one to have. So now we have a wonderful, wonderful promo this month to get a free lifelong vitality pack. And the way you do that is to enroll this month. This is for new enrollments, the new wholesale customers. And the way to get this free lifelong vitality pack is to get started with an enrollment order of at least 100 PV during the month of May, and then set up a loyalty rewards program order. And the loyalty rewards program is our customer appreciation program where you can actually buy below wholesale. So to set up a wholesale membership saves you 25% off of the retail cost. And then the loyalty rewards program helps you buy even below wholesale. So that's a wonderful savings program. And that's for our customers that make doTERRA a part of their wellness routine and their wellness lifestyle. And that's what I'm about. I love being a wellness advocate and helping others live a wellness lifestyle. And as we talk nutritionals tonight, let me just tell you that this is really a key component of your overall health and well-being. And sometimes I say, you know what, you pay now or you pay later. You either take care of your health now and pay the price of doing that by eating well, by exercising, by managing your rest and stress, sleeping well, by managing your toxic load, reducing your toxin intake and exposure as much as possible. And doTERRA offers us a nice way to do that. And then by doing self-care, by keeping yourself well, rather than just waiting till you get sick to manage your health and wellness, okay? And then using proactive medical care. And so doTERRA offers a wonderful wellness routine, and this Lifelong Vitality Pack is a great, it's our #1 selling product for a reason, because it's a great adjunct to make sure you are staying well all year long. And so to get a Lifelong Vitality Pack for free, these 3 bottles of supplements comes in a box like this. And it's 3 bottles. I've got them out because we're going to talk about each one of them here tonight, okay? But at any rate, these 3 bottles, or you can get it in the daily packs, or you can have it counted out for you, and then you've got half doses. Now, I have counted these out because I had about 6 boxes once I started introducing my husband to this, and so mine are in Ziploc bags. They come already prepackaged for you in half doses, 2 of each of these 3 bottles. And that's a great way to purchase your Lifelong Vitality Pack. So at any rate, so again, you get that free with an enrollment order during the month of May of 100 PV or more. And that's just setting up your wholesale membership and then setting up a loyalty rewards order for the month of June. And then guess what? You're going to check your mail. And once that loyalty rewards order processes, you're going to be watching your mail for that free Lifelong Vitality Pack. So this is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Now, another thing we have going on right now during this month of May is the Healthy Habits Kit. Now, let me just tell you that I have had 3 new wholesale memberships in the last 3 days with this Healthy Habits Kit. This is a wonderful, wonderful starter kit. And the reason I like it so much is because it comes with the Lifelong Vitality Pack and the Terrazyme and the probiotics. The Deep Blue Rub is a very familiar product. And then 5 of our daily use essential oils. Our frankincense, which is really phenomenal for cellular health. And I put it under my tongue morning and night. And that's just a prevention. Okay, I love frankincense. It's great for inflammation. It's great for helping support the body produce healthy cells. And then the lavender is a really nice calming oil. This is springtime for those of you who may be suffering from allergies. I will say I no longer suffer from allergies, and that's been a really great blessing. But lavender is one that we can use for this springtime season when everything's starting to blossom. Though we woke up to snow this morning, everything was in full bloom and absolutely gorgeous and smelled delightful. And then we woke up to several inches of snow this morning. However, it was so warm the last few days that it did melt off by the afternoon. By late afternoon, we had no snow left. Well, we had just a little bit on the rooftops, perhaps, but not much. And then we have the lemon oil, which is great for a natural cleanse. We have the balance oil, which is our grounding. Let me explain the lemon. We put that in our water and drink that, and that's just a really gentle cleanse to get the toxins out of your body and out of the fatty tissue in particular. And then we have the balance blend, which is our grounding blend. I love putting that on my feet and spine and my children's feet and spine. And then we have the On Guard Protective Blend, which is our immune support. So this Healthy Habits Kit is a wonderful starter kit. And it's a hot one right now because it's 20% off. So it's a great way to get started, and it saves you the $35 wholesale membership fee when you start with a kit. And it contains these nutritionals that we're going to talk about tonight. Now, doTERRA has actually going on in the month of April and the month of May. So April's behind us now, and they've done several spring tours in the month of April. And so we have the Healthy Habits for Life spring tour going on. And I'm going to stop my share and switch over to another share if I can here, maybe. And I want to show you how to find that Healthy Habits for Life. So hang on just one second while I bring that up. I want to show you where to find that. Hi, Kia. Good to have you on here. Is it Kia or Kaya? I think it's Kaya. Forgive me.
It's Kaya.
Hi, welcome, Kaya. And so I want to just let me go back and show my screen here. And I want to show you how to find this Healthy Habits for Life. So if you go to doTERRA.com, okay, and over here, hover over your cursor over Advocates, and right down here below the Advocates under Events, we have the Healthy Habits Spring Tour. Just click on that and it will bring up this page. And got it right here. Maybe let's see what it does. Probably shouldn't have clicked on it a second time. I am working off of a hotspot right now. What do you know, Jonathan? Is it going? Is it on again? It's dead. So our Wi-Fi shut down here about 15 minutes ago. And they've been working on it downstairs. So at any rate, I should have clicked on it again. Let's see if I can just click on that and bring it up. Might take a minute to load. So this is our Healthy Habits Tour. And so if we go on here, we can scroll down and we can find out, first of all, what are they doing during a Healthy Habits Tour? This is a really great opportunity and a great training for those who are working to create an income with doTERRA. On the day of the tour, we've got from 2 to 5, we've got a business training where they'll go through the building successful business habits. And that's a 3-hour training, and it's cost $10 per person. And this is what we're going to talk about: embracing your strengths, sharing with ease, working on your mindset, and helping and working on what might be holding you back from creating your success. And then checking out all the resources that doTERRA has available for you to do that. Okay. And then that evening from 7 to 9 p.m. is a free event, a Healthy Habits for Life class. And that's open to all of your family and friends and guests that are new to doTERRA. And then you can actually take them to that class. And as they learn about the oils and learn about doTERRA and learn about the supplements, then you can actually help them get started with a wholesale membership. And should they start with a wholesale membership, there's some great perks that night for them to take advantage of. So you can find the full listing of events. We've got the Northeast, the Southeast, the Central region, the Mountain region. So if I click on this one, this is the one that's available here in Utah. And then I can find out all about that specific event in Utah. That's May 14th. And I do recommend that you register for these. It's going to be hard to walk in and make sure there's a seat for you. So register ahead of time, fill your car, and bring your interested friends and family with you. Okay. So at any rate, hopefully that's interesting to you. It's going to be a great event, and you'll want to participate in that. So, alrighty. So that's kind of the introduction to what's going on this month with the promos. And so now let's get into what's going on with health and wellness, shall we? As I do this, though, I want to start with a little video here, or introduce you actually very briefly to Let's see, where did y'all go? I lost you there for a minute. Okay, there you are. Okay. So I want to start here with introducing you to Dr. Woodfill. Now, Dr. Woodfill and Ellen, her husband is on the medical advisory board. Ellen's husband is Dr. Joshua Jorgensen, and he's on the medical advisory board. And he is an ear, nose, and throat surgeon. And this is Dr. Woodfill, who is also on the medical advisory board with doTERRA, and he is an OBGYN. And I just want to open this up for just a minute as he talks about taking the Lifelong Vitality.
It helps with body discomfort. And
go back just a bit here.
Take throughout their pregnancy. They find that it helps alleviate morning sickness. Lifelong Vitality vitamin is something the majority of my patients take throughout their pregnancy. They find that it helps alleviate morning sickness. It helps with body discomfort, and gives them more energy throughout their pregnancy. In pregnancy, many women suffer from mild swelling in their lower extremities or hands. They find great relief from this symptom with the use of AromaTouch applied to their legs or hands. A lot of times they apply to their legs, they get the hand application at the same time.
So I'm going to stop from there, but I just wanted to let you know that an OBGYN recommends Lifelong Vitality Pack. Now we have a mom down here. So we can find these Empowered Life series over here on doTERRA.com under Advocates. Hover your cursor over Advocates and then go over here to Training. Training, and under Empowered Life is where we're going to find these videos, okay? This is actually recorded in June of 2018. I'm actually down here. I have a segment on this recording, but I want to introduce you also to Jen Garrett, who's a mother pregnant in this video last year with her 9th baby. And as I do that, I'm going to share this with you because doTERRA has to also recommend that you talk to your care provider about using any of doTERRA products. Now, I will say that very often it's an opportunity to educate them. Very often your healthcare provider, your OBGYN may not be educated or knowledgeable on essential oils. This is your opportunity to educate them. There's a lot of information out there now. There's thousands and thousands of studies. And but at any rate, doTERRA's products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. And we recommend that you do let your doctor know what you are taking, okay? But here's Jen Garrett expecting with number 9.
I'm Jen Garrett. I've been using doTERRA essential oils for 10 years, and I've loved the difference they've made in my family and for myself. I have had 8 children, and I'm expecting my 9th. And so I'm a seasoned mom at this point. I've had 4 children without essential oils, any part of that. And I've had 4 going on 5 children with essential oils a part of my pregnancy and supporting me in that way, as well as supporting the babies. And so I am excited to share about some of those experiences I've had as I've used those oils and how that they've supported us. I'm going to talk about pregnancy and oils I've used there. I'm going to talk about a few oils and products with birth that have been supportive, and then some things about with new babies that have been great to help them. So in pregnancy, one of my favorite products, and this is something you'll want to talk, any product, any oils, particularly in pregnancy, you're going to want to talk to your doctor about and make sure that all that is clear and that would be the right choices for you. For me, after doing that, I got exposed to the Lifelong Vitality, the supplements, and I was expecting my 5th, and I was fairly new to oils at this point. The Lifelong Vitality had just come out, actually, so it was a newer product, and I was like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this yet. I'm not sure about this, so I chose not to use it that pregnancy, and then I used it with the subsequent pregnancies, and I looked back and just regretted that I hadn't chosen in on that because of the differences that it made. The energy pieces of Lifelong Vitality made a very big impact. Energy can be an issue at any point in your life, but particularly when your body's busy helping make another little body, that can be a really tricky part. That was something that in past pregnancies, taking a nap was just part of being pregnant. It just 1 + 1 = 2. You're going to be pregnant. You're going to be tired. And if I ever did feel tired in the afternoon, I'd be like, oh, I must have forgotten to take my Lifelong Vitality today. And so I'd go grab my supplements, and then it could support and be that lift.
So there you have a seasoned mama that's using the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and she knows the difference between using the Lifelong Vitality Pack during pregnancy and not using the Lifelong Vitality Pack during pregnancy. So anyway, this Lifelong Vitality Pack, as we talk about this tonight, I hope to enlighten you to where you're feeling comfortable reaching for it, okay? That you will consider it if you haven't considered it before, and that you'll fall in love with it, honestly. When we talk about essential oils in pregnancy, one of the things I loved about learning about doTERRA, I have been using essential oils for greater than 30 years, and one of the things I loved about doTERRA's essential oils was their purity and potency. And I mentioned that at the beginning of our class tonight, but doTERRA goes to the extreme to make sure you have the most pure and potent product in your home. So they source their oils all over the world, where they grow indigenous, where they grow naturally, and then they take great care to make sure they're sourcing the ideal part of the plant material for oils, that they are distilling it under ideal temperatures, that they're collecting it in the ideal part of the growing season. Actually, even the time of the day matters. And so that's a real big key factor for making sure that you get a pure and potent product. And so if you think of essential oils, I want you to think of the natural aromatic, oh my goodness, I just lost my word. They're the natural aromatic parts of the plant, okay? So if you've ever been in an herb garden where you've rubbed your fingers over a peppermint leaf or an herb, sage or thyme, or even a lavender plant, or been in the forest and rubbed your fingers over the leaves of the fir trees, and you smell your fingers, you get that essential oil. And so you've ruptured those essential oil sacs in order to smell the essential oils. And so I love that nature has produced this most potent product, and when we don't mess with it and we take it as nature gives it to us, it's a really helpful and useful tool, okay? And so there they are, the natural aromatic compounds, that's the word I was looking for, okay? Now I love that the essential oils readily cross cell membranes. So they help support the body by nourishing the body basically with what it needs in order to achieve a balance again. So when the body is out of balance, in a state of dis-ease, the essential oils help put the body back in that balance. And so readily crossing the cell membrane, we take care of any concerns inside the cell as well as any concerns outside of the cell. Okay. Now, essential oils are very potent, and during pregnancy, this is particularly important because with pregnancy hormones, we also see some vasodilation, which means your vasculature, for the majority of women, will actually increase dilation, and so you're a little more sensitive. So when you apply the oils to your skin, you'll want to dilute it when you smell them. Some oils will smell really good to you, and some might not smell really good to you. And my rule of thumb is that if it doesn't smell yummy to you, if it smells putrid or awful to you, put the lid back on and set it aside for now. You'll find that as pregnancy progresses, your sense of smell will be a little bit different as pregnancy progresses, and those oils that might have smelled really awful at first, a part of your pregnancy, might smell divine at the end of your pregnancy. And so again, go with your gut, with what you're being kind of prompted to use, or if you need guidance, I'm happy to help you, or the person who invited you onto this class to watch this recording later on. Be sure and go back to them and ask them questions, okay? But my name is Debbie Gordon. You're welcome to reach out to me. I love using the oils, and I've loved adding them to my my career as a birth companion, a birth partner, a doula, I'm a birthing practitioner, and certainly I love educating moms in how to manage their family's wellness concerns with natural products, and so I've loved that. So I've talked a little bit about doTERRA and the difference that doTERRA makes in the world. doTERRA is the largest essential oil company in the world, and like I said, there's just no equivocation with the fact that they have the most pure and potent essential oils on the market. So, all right, so how do we use essential oils? We use them aromatically, which means we breathe them in. We can use a diffuser and put them out in the air. And so you see a little picture there in the circle under aromatic. You see a little picture of a diffuser there. A drop in our hand and breathing it in. So when Dr. Woodfill, when he said that he loves digestion, well, actually, I don't think I showed that part. He loves digestion and peppermint for morning sickness. Just a drop in your hand, rubbing it together and breathing in, or even just opening the bottle may be sufficient for many moms that are feeling that little nausea. But I've got all kinds of tips for that, and we're going to talk about that next week. Okay, so tonight our real focus is on the nutritionals, but I just want you to know that the nutritionals have essential oils in them. So I wanted you to know that these are the 3 ways we use them: topically, aromatically, and internally. And it is safe to take doTERRA's oils internally if it is marked so. And so all the oils that we have in our Lifelong Vitality Pack, particularly the XC Omega, the omega-3 essential fatty acids, we have 9 essential oils in there for prevention, and I'm going to show that to you later on. Those are perfectly safe for internal use and actually prevent the body from breaking down. And so that's a really helpful support during pregnancy. Okay, so all right, so let's get to it. All right, let's talk about this Lifelong Vitality Pack. If you want to feel vitality, if you want to feel energy, if you want to reduce the inflammation causing the discomforts in your body, this is a really great way to do it. So I love that doTERRA's paid particular attention to wellness as a whole. And most all of our essential oils all of our products have essential oils in them. But this is what I hear from people all the time, and I'm sure you do too. Oh, I can't sleep at night. I was talking to somebody today, a couple in Wyoming. They're both on a CPAP machine. And we're seeing that a lot, aren't we? A lot of people are on a CPAP machine. They're not feeling well. They're not feeling vitality. They're tired. They're not breathing well. They're not sleeping well. They have a lot of aches and pains. They get sick more easily. So this is what we hear all the time around us. And what I love about doTERRA, and especially about their Lifelong Vitality Pack, is that we can take care of these complaints. And this is a very vital part to your wellness overall. And so when we look at these 3 supplement bottles, the Alpha CRX is our cellular longevity blend. That is our antioxidant blend. That ensures cellular energy. That ensures cellular vitality. And so in the Alpha CRS, we've got some really fabulous things in here. Actually, I think I have that on another slide. I do. So we've got some wonderful polyphenols, plant-based polyphenols, along with frankincense resin. Okay, now we have the Boswellia serrata. That is from frankincense. All right. So we have a lot of ads in here to help us have energy and cellular vitality. So some things in here, we have Boswellia serrata, as I have there, Scutellaria root. We have milk thistle, polygonum. We have green tea leaf extract. That is not a stimulant. That is for the full polyphenol effect of the green tea leaf. And we have pomegranate fruit extract. We have pineapple stem extract, turmeric root extract. We have grape seed, sesame seed, pine bark extract. And then for the energy blend, we've got your L-carnitine, your alpha lipoic acid, your coenzyme Q10, your quercetin, your ginkgo biloba. And so this is a really great combination. And so if you've been out there looking in the research, you're finding that what doTERRA has in this Alpha CRS is actually the very top polyphenols, the very top uses of these things, these products found in nature to help us feel better. Then in each of our products, we have a tummy tamer blend that I absolutely love, and I'm so grateful that doTERRA has been mindful of this. So the tummy tamer blend includes the peppermint leaf extract, the ginger root extract, and the caraway seed extract, so that when you take these, you don't feel that discomfort, okay, in your tummy. Some people, there's not a lot, but some people are really sensitive to taking supplements. And so we want to make sure that we calm that down. Now, just remember that doTERRA supplements are food-based supplements, very bioavailable, and so we want you to take them with food. And especially if you have a sensitivity for taking supplements, we want you to take a half dose with your morning meal and a half dose with your evening meal, 2 largest meals, okay? And so a half dose is going to be 2 of each of these 3 bottles, okay? So you're taking 6 capsules. And so that might seem like a lot, but you're going to feel a real big difference, okay? This. And so the Alpha CRS is magnificent. And so there you see the label on it. And if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot of that. If you're not already using the Alpha CRS, and for those of you on our call, I hope you'll pipe in and share your experience with the Lifelong Vitality Pack as we go, okay? So this is one of my favorite things because it takes down, when people complain of, oh, it's because I'm 30, because I'm 40, because I'm 50, because I'm 60 and 80 and whatever. This Alpha CRS is your cellular vitality complex. This takes away, when I forget my Lifelong Vitality Pack for 2 or 3 days in a row, I start feeling like I'm 80 years old. I'm like, man, I didn't know I had that ache there, that discomfort there. And I love that it reduces the inflammation in our body so that we don't feel that discomfort, okay? And so really great product. All right, so now let's talk about the XC Omega, because this is probably my personal favorite for a good reason. Okay, but the XC Omega is our omega-3 oils. And we get a lot of omega-6 and 9 oils in our diet for the most part, and probably too much. We need a little better balance. And so the Z Omega has your omega-3 oils from marine-based as well as land-based, okay? And so where do we get these essential 3 fatty acids from? Yes, we do get it from, let me turn the page here or show you this, okay? So we get the land-based, the marine-based is from the fish oil concentrate, okay? And so you have 340 milligrams EPA and 240 milligrams of DHA. And we actually have astaxanthin in there, which is a wonderful addition. It's actually a micro algae that we get out of, I believe, Japan. And it's really a wonderful omega-based oil. And we find that it's very potent, all right? The land-based oils that we have, the flaxseed, the borage seed, cranberry seed, pomegranate seed, and then we have some vitamin D in there, some vitamin E for absorption, and so those are really helpful. And then notice the 9 essential oils that are in this bottle, okay? So you have the clove, you have the frankincense, the thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile. And so if you take a moment to actually take a look at those oils, those are really wonderful oils for prevention. Now, clove bud, let me just highlight a couple of these. Clove bud, in nature, clove is the highest antioxidant found in nature. And so I love that they've added to the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Frankincense, when in doubt, use frankincense. It's really good to support all body systems, but specifically, it's been well documented for cellular health. So it actually prevents any mutations from going on. And so that's a really great thing to use on a day-to-day basis, okay? Then your peppermint, look at your way, there's your tummy tamer blend, okay? And so that's going to be really helpful. Now your thyme, cumin, and orange are really supportive for the body systems for preventing breakdown in your body system flow, okay? Now the third bottle that we have in this Lifelong Vitality Pack is the Microplex VMZ. So the V is for vitamin, M is for mineral, and so that's a great food-based complex of your vitamins, minerals, and what you need to support that. Okay, so you have in there, when we take a look at doTERRA's versus other supplements, very often you have some mega vitamins that have too much. You have a multivitamin that has too little, and doTERRA really works to make sure you get what you need in your daily recommended allowances, okay? And so we have in here, we have extra D3, vitamin D3, we have extra B vitamins, we have extra C vitamins, we have folate, which is the food-based of folic acid, and I love this because I want my pregnant mamas to have food-based nutrients, okay? Folic acid is a synthetic product, and so we find that in this dosage, there's 400 micrograms of folate, and some of your OBGYNs and midwives will wonder if that's enough because they usually have double that of the folic acid. But here's what I want you to hear, is that folic acid is synthetic. They have more of it because we don't absorb it as well. So when we have folate, the food-based folate, that is what prevents your neurotube defects. And we want you to have that even before you get pregnant. So I do recommend that you be on the Lifelong Vitality Pack well before you even conceive. And we're going to talk a little bit about essential oils and conception next week on Wednesday night. But I want you to look over this label, okay? So as we take over this label, hope you can take a screenshot of that and take a look at those quantities, okay, the amount per serving. All right, and notice that doTERRA really works to get that in. Now, I want you to also notice the calcium source in here. A lot of your vitamins have calcium carbonate, which takes 11 enzymatic steps to break down, and doTERRA's has calcium citrate, which is much better It takes 3 enzymatic steps to break down. If we could get calcium lactate, that takes 1 enzymatic step to get it into your body. And then notice all these minerals, okay, to help actually facilitate the absorption of the vitamins. So you've got your calcium, your iron, your magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper, manganese, chromium, and vanadium. I don't even know how to say that. Vanadium. I'm not exactly sure how to say that one. Okay. And then you've got your tummy tamer blend in here as well. Okay. And so again, the dosage would be 2 of each of these bottles twice a day. So you're getting a total of 4. And I encourage you to take that with food. Now, as you're just getting started taking the vitamins, if you've never taken supplements before, you might start with 1 of each bottle for a day or 2, and then 2 of each bottle for a day or 2. However, as I say that, doTERRA has a beautiful 30-day guarantee, and I don't know if you can see this part of my box here, but doTERRA has a guarantee. So for an adult, the dosage is 4 of each bottle 4 times a day, unless you're very tiny. This was made for a 170-pound man, and so if you are less than 120 pounds, then you might want a half dose total for the day, and you would take 1 of each of these bottles twice a day. Okay, if you're petite. I am little, but I'm not that petite, and so I take a full dose, and I really love how I feel on a full dose. My sweet little mother started taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack a number of years ago. She started off with 1 of each bottle and said, "Oh, I feel great on 1 of each of these bottles." And then she got sick. And she called me and said, "Debbie, I got really sick. I'm thinking I need to bump up my dose on my Lifelong Vitality Pack." And I said, "Yeah, you probably do. You've been taking 1 of each bottle. So bump it up to 2, Mother." And she did that. And she did that for a long time. She took 2 of each bottles, and she's a little bit tinier than I am. Used to weigh more than I did, but now not any longer. She's lost 30 pounds recently. But so she bumped it up to 2. And then several months to a year later, she got sick again, and she called me and said, "I think I need to increase my Lifelong Vitality Pack." And that's how my mother did it. And now she's taking a full dose of the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and it might have taken her 3 or 4 years to even get to a full dose, okay? And now her body needs it. And so now you can buy the Lifelong Vitality Pack with the Alpha CRS, or you can buy the Daily Nutrient Pack with just the Z Omega and the Microplex VMZ, okay? And so that's the daily pack, and then I would consider adding the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex if you have any aches or discomforts, okay? So now if we take a look at all the ingredients that are in this Lifelong Vitality Pack, and we found those in the health food store. Now understand that the health food store products are not always regulated according to purity and potency. So we're not exactly sure what we're getting, but if we gathered all of the ingredients, are you leaving, Jonathan?
Yeah, I was going to show you some stuff, but my friend's here. So
Okay, come back. Okay, come back a little bit later. So if we gathered all those ingredients, we would spend upwards of $250 for these products. And doTERRA offers them to you for 50% off. $79.50 is what they're offering this to you for on your loyalty rewards order. Okay, so 30 days, take it as directed, and guaranteed if you do not feel better, send your empty bottles back to doTERRA and they will give you a full refund of your money. Okay, now I've had in my 9 years of using doTERRA's products, I've had only 2 people send these back, only 2 people, and both of them called me within 2 weeks saying, "It was working. I just didn't know that it was working." And so here's my suggestion. Use the guarantee, however. I recommend that you do it for 3 months. Now, you'll be hard-pressed to find any nutritionals that actually give you what doTERRA gives you in the Lifelong Vitality Pack in 30 days. I see a lot of people feeling better in a couple of days. I've talked to a couple today that have been on it for about 2.5, maybe 3 weeks now. I think I enrolled them the 2nd week in April. And so I talked to them and we got their loyalty rewards order set up today. And they are both feeling better. And actually, the interesting thing about talking to Susie and Mike was that both of them had noticed different things on them. Susie noticed that her bladder health was much, much better. She noticed that she didn't have the aches and pains. She wasn't sleeping particularly great, but she's just getting used to a CPAP machine. And the mask and the fitting of the mask was just really obnoxious for her. Her husband is sleeping better, and he couldn't ever go to sleep before midnight. And he's going to bed earlier now because he sleeps so much better, and he's not having to get up so much during the night with an enlarged prostate issue. And so he's not having to pee so much every night. And so he's going to bed earlier, sleeping longer, and waking refreshed. And so, what we take this and we have some really great results with feeling good. So what are we going to notice with pregnancy? Well, what Dr. Woodfield talked about was the fact that his pregnant clients who'd used the Lifelong Vitality Pack didn't have so many complaints. They had more energy. They didn't have so many aches and discomforts that are commonly associated with pregnancy, though that's unnecessary. And they slept better and they felt more rested. And I would venture to say with my clients, I've also noticed more of an evenness in their emotions. And so I've noticed really great things using the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Now, Stephanie Fritz is a home birth midwife out of Arizona. She has a book called The Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies. I have the second edition. I don't think there's a third edition. I think this is the last book she wrote. She had a first edition and a second edition. And here's her name, Stephanie Fritz. I highly recommend this to you. And you can get this off of Amazon, and you can also get this from aromatools.com. But Stephanie talks about adding this to her birth kit. This was part of her expense with her birth package for mothers wanting to work with her as midwife. And she just noticed that not only did they feel better, but they had much better outcomes. And so their tissues were healthier, their body systems and organs were functioning better. Seldom did she have any special circumstances occur in late pregnancy, and they healed much quicker as well. And so we have some really great things. So now, the beautiful thing about this Lifelong Vitality Pack, I just set up my neighbor on a Loyalty Rewards order today because she's been using the probiotics and she had an injury a year ago, fell and broke her hip and her pelvis in several places. And so she was on antibiotics for a very long time, and for months and months. That happened last July was her accident. And so she's had a really hard time with digestive issues, and her gut health has been really poor. So she got on doTERRA's probiotics, their PB Assist, and I'll show you that to you in a minute. But when you get on the Lifelong Vitality, and she wasn't taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and so I'm going to show you some savings. When you order the Lifelong Vitality Pack monthly, you can get the pack by itself, or you can add to it any one of these supplements, up to 3 of these supplements for an additional $20 each. Now I want you to look at the savings because the wholesale costs are listed there. And so Ruth has been paying $34.50 for each bottle of probiotics. And now she's willing to try the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And so as we got her set up with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, she's going to get that PB Assist for $20 instead of $34.50. Okay, so she's been using 3 bottles a month as she rebuilds her gut flora, and that was her choice. That wasn't my choice. That was her choice to feel better because she was still struggling. She noticed a bit of a difference with 1. She noticed much more difference with 2, and now she's starting to reach out there and reach for more foods that she couldn't digest before starting to take this PB Assist after months and months and months on antibiotics. So she's working on rebuilding her gut flora and feeling much better. In fact, today she was dressed, and she walked with her walker today when I went to visit her. And it was really fun to say, Ruth, you're looking so much better. And she said, I am feeling so much better too. But we're going to start on the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and I believe that will even help her even more. So any one of these supplements, so you can buy some more VMZ, you can buy some more XU Omega, and the Mito 2 Max is our energy stamina complex. And it is wonderful. I use that each and every day, and it's wonderful. And so I noticed that, for those of us who are burning the candle at both ends, we need the Mito 2 Max too. That has some additional nutritional support, including your magnesium that's really important. And so the Mito 2 Max is Mito for mitochondria, O2 in the middle for increasing the oxygen uptake, and maximum for providing the maximum output. So it really increases the number of mitochondria, which is the energy of your cells, and also their effectiveness at producing energy. Okay, and so you're going to feel more energy, and it's completely natural. There's no stimulants in that, and it works really well. And I find that I do so much better when I have the Mito 2 Max. The Terrazyme is our food enzyme support. And so it helps break down fats, carbohydrates, and proteins, and really takes out the stress of digestion, okay? And so when I'm working with a pregnant mama, I love getting her on the Terrazyme because during pregnancy, we want you to increase your protein intake to 75 to 90 grams of protein per day at least. Okay. And if you've got twins, you've got to bump that up to 100 to 120 grams per day if you're carrying twins. And so with that extra protein load, that puts a great load on your body's systems and certainly your digestive system. And so adding the Terrazyme is magnificent. If any of you pregnant mamas or any of you want to be pregnant mamas have experienced heartburn or acid indigestion before, this Terrazyme, usually when that happens, the food is just sitting in your tummy and it's kind of rotting because it's not moving down and it's sitting there for a long time and you're feeling uncomfortable and not very good. And adding the Terrazyme to your diet, to your nutrition, helps break down that fats, carbohydrates, and protein so your tummy doesn't have to produce more hydrochloric acid in order to move it on down because it's sitting there rotting, okay? So the Terrazyme is a great adjunct, and I highly, highly, highly recommend it to anybody, but also especially for pregnant mamas. Now, when we take Terrazyme on an empty stomach, it helps rebuild connective tissue. Well, guess what we're doing during pregnancy? We're building a lot of that, okay? And so this is a great support during pregnancy, and I highly recommend it to you. And then the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex is a really great polyphenol complex of plant-based polyphenols, which brings down the inflammation, and it's got frankincense resin in it. Okay, and so the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex is a really great one. If you have any issues with discomforts and the Lifelong Vitality Pack is not enough, add the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex for only $20 to your box, to your Lifelong Vitality Pack, okay? And then the probiotic is magnificent. I love doTERRA's probiotic. Now, some people think you need to take 50 billion colony forming units or 100 billion colony forming units, and that's a really large dose. But the reason those large doses are even available is because you lose 40 to 70% of your probiotic in your stomach acids. And doTERRA found a way to avoid that, okay? And so we have with the PB Assist a double encapsulated formula where the inner capsule is the probiotic that opens in the intestinal tract. The outer capsule protecting that probiotic actually has fructooligosaccharides in it, which is a prebiotic to help nourish and feed and prep the gut for receiving the probiotic. And so that opens up in the stomach acids. The second capsule inside opens up in the intestinal tract. And that's where we want those probiotics, okay? So the dosage on the PB Assist is 6 billion colony forming units. Yes, you heard that right. 6 billion colony forming units. And the beauty of doTERRA's PB Assist is that we have 6 different strains of probiotics that are your bifidobacterium and your lactobacillus, and those are the most important ones. If you're eating yogurt for the probiotics, I'm just going to say that acidophilus is your weakest probiotic ever, and it's not a very good source for gut health, okay? And usually yogurts have so much sugar content in them that you're not getting any benefit, okay? And so I highly recommend to you to be supplementing with the PB Assist, all right? And the PB Assist, doTERRA's formulation of that double encapsulated formula is magnificent. Now notice also that if you add the kids' chewable vitamins and the drinkable IQ Omega that you can drink with a teaspoon, you don't have to swallow a capsule or a pill, and you can use that as adults as well. But there you have that duo, the A to Z chewable vitamins, and there's I think there's 90 tablets in there. And then you have the IQ Omega, and if you add that to your Lifelong Vitality Pack, you're going to get both of those for $25 each, okay? Or excuse me, $25 together. Both of them together is only $25. And so nourish yourself with the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Nourish your little ones with the chewable vitamins, the kids kit, and you're going to be really pleased with the outcome of that, okay? Now, just in case you have a hard time swallowing capsules, adults can take the A to Z guide as well, or the A to Z guide, how do you like that? The A to Z chewable vitamins as well, and drink the IQ Omega. But remember, check the dosage, all right? You're going to be taking a little bit more than a kid would be taking. So check the dosage, all right, and beef it up just a little bit. Okay, so here's the label on the A to Z guide, and here's IQ Omega. Now, the IQ Omega is an omega-3 supplement with wild orange essential oils in it, okay? Now, notice that it supports the healthy cardiovascular, nervous, and immune system function. And venture to say, during pregnancy, this is a really key component to also support your yes, your immune function, but also your hormone balance, all right? And let me go back and just show you the benefits of the chewable vitamins, all right? So that supports healthy cellular function and metabolism by providing antioxidant protection, all right? And then it helps with cellular development, helps with overall health and wellness, and then, of course, provides your B vitamins, which are so good for brain support, okay? So this is a really good thing. Now, I actually really loved the IQ Omega. I still have some. My kids don't take it very well anymore. They would prefer to have the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And so everybody in our family is on the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And so this is how I do it. I count out these bottles because I'm going to use my bottles first before I order some more of these daily packs. These daily packs are phenomenal. They're so convenient. But I've counted these out, but they come in little packets, and I count out 2 of each vitamin and doTERRA. When you buy the daily packs on the Lifelong Vitality Pack, they're already counted out, and they don't look like they're in a Ziploc bag, okay? But at any rate, that's a dose for my older boys. And then my little boy, I have them on the counter. I have 1 of each of the 3 bottles for my 12-year-old, okay? And he's a little bit small for his size, and so 1 of each of those is plenty sufficient for him, okay? Right, so now I'm going to open it up to you for a moment, and I want you to share here what your experience has been with the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So I'm going to stop my share for just a minute, and I'm going to open it up to those of you on the call. And so Danielle, Janelle, Kaya, would you share with us your experience with the Lifelong Vitality Pack? Anybody?
I'd love to share. This is Kaya. So I didn't start taking Lifelong Vitality until like right after I gave birth to my second daughter, and I'm expecting again. So I know what it's like to be pregnant without and with. But with my first daughter, I lost all of my breast milk due to, I think, postpartum anxiety. In part, I wasn't getting enough nutrition. I wasn't able to drink water, so and also just the hormone imbalance, I think. But with my second daughter, I attribute my successful breastfeeding experience a lot to the Lifelong Vitality, because even when I wasn't able to eat all of the foods that I needed, I was still getting the nutrition. And then this pregnancy, I mean, I've had a complete and total difference of energy, just because like we moved right during my first trimester and everything, and it also completely reduced my morning sickness as well, because there was a few, I mean, maybe a week or so where I was really nervous to take it because I didn't want it to make me feel, I mean, more nauseated, which is incredibly silly because it has never made me feel nauseous. But then I started taking it again, and I could live again, and I wasn't super nauseated all day.
Very good. And I've heard that from many pregnant women, Kaya.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't experienced the nausea and discomfort that they experienced with Vitality Pack in pregnancy. So I'm glad that's been your experience. Now, Kaya, did you know about the Lifelong Vitality Pack with your first pregnancy?
I did. It was a process to convince my husband that it would be a really good idea for us, but then we did start, and now he takes it too every day.
Very good. And so does my husband. And it took me a long time, years, to get my husband to take it.
Yeah.
He just said if he ate well, that he didn't need supplementation. And that's something that we're learning more and more of. And scientists are saying now that, you know what, despite our efforts to make sure everything that goes in our mouth is healthy and nutritious, we still need to supplement. That's just the nature of what's going on in our farmers' fields. The fact that we're not allowing the rest periods every few years for the soil to regenerate itself. The soil is pretty depleted, and so that affects the actual end product. And so we aren't getting, in fact, scientists are saying that an orange 100 years ago is now worth 8 oranges today in the nutritional benefit, and so we do need to supplement. And so I love that when you're taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack, you're also getting a really nice dose of food-based minerals and your vegetables and fruits, so that's a really good adjunct. Anybody else? Janelle, what have you experienced with the Lifelong Vitality Pack?
They have just made me feel really good and more energy. And I have my husband taking them now. And when he doesn't take them, he tells me I need to get back on them. They make me feel better. So that's really good. Now I know they're working because he wouldn't say that if they weren't.
Very good.
But I
And
love them, and I hope a lot of people can get on them. And we do the Terrazyme with them.
That's a daily product for me. The Terrazyme and the probiotics, I use those daily. Now, I just finished the 30-day cleanse. And once I'm done with the 30-day cleanse, there's a period of time when I'm taking the GX Assist that I don't use the probiotic. But really, truly, I use the probiotic most every day of my life. I just find that I don't get sick. I stay healthy. And a lot of your gut flora is responsible for your immune support. And so we want to have a healthy gut. And we want to be able to digest our foods well. And so that's a really key part. And I also find that I digest well, I eliminate well, and I don't have any issues with my gut health. And I love that. So taking the Lifeline Vitality Pack, the Terrazyme, the probiotic is absolutely key for me. So thank you, Janelle, for sharing that. Thank you, Kaya. Danielle, have you used the Lifeline Vitality Pack? Can you share your experience?
I haven't yet, but I was planning on starting this week. So here I go.
Do you have it on already?
No, I need to order it still.
Very good. Now, who invited you on here, Danielle?
You?
Awesome. So I'd love to help you get that ordered, okay? Because it's a really big deal in how you feel overall.
Yeah.
If I can help you do that, I'd love to do that, okay? And so stay on the phone with me after we're done with tonight's class, and I'll guide you on that a little bit, okay?
All right.
So, all right. Any questions that you might have over what we've covered? So I kind of made it a little bit general with regards to, I think everybody should be on the Lifeline Vitality Pack. I'll be really honest with you. And like I say, all of my family is on it. One of the boys that was just here, he doesn't live in our home anymore, and he's not on it, but boy, I'm trying to get him on it. It would make a big difference if he would get on it. He just has to be willing to take it. And so, but I have it out here on the counter, and I say, grab your vitamins each morning, and I know they at least get a half dose. And so I have, my oldest son is 23, my youngest is 12. He gets a quarter dose. My 12-year-old, as I mentioned, he's about the size of an 8 or 9-year-old. So he gets a small dose, but he'd much prefer to take that. He doesn't like the chewable vitamins or the drinkable IQ Omega. And I need extra omega oils, and so I still drink the IQ Omega. And so at any rate, that's by the teaspoonfuls, or actually I use a soup spoon, okay, to take that. But at any rate, what other questions do you have? I think I'll turn off the recording for now and open it up for any questions and make the rest of the time